All right, Dragonheir Silent Gods, back at it. We're going to do our Vortex boss. Whoa, we're getting an echo here. Hold on, let's take care of that. There we go. All right, do the Vortex boss, jump into some Fae, and then do our other world stuff that we got to take care of too. Let's knock this out really quick so we can get into some other good battles. Load. There we go. All right, that is off. How's everybody doing? Let me know how your days have been. How's your Dragonheir Silent Gods going? I think I got ranked 34 for my damage just the other day. But I have noticed that there aren't as many people playing for the rankings. I don't think there are as many people out here. Fartley, what's going on, my man? Good to see you again. Fartley, did you say what you were playing lately, what you've been up to? You know how I am with selective reading. I can see something above and below, and then I just keep moving on. I don't know how people that have 30 million, like Asmon, I don't know how he keeps track of all the comments. Off and on with Dragonheir? You playing anything else? Are you going to try out other games when they come out? If we get something good? Nope, nothing else? Okay, just Dragonheir off and on? I don't know. I don't know what's coming out in the future. I don't know what's coming out this year. I don't know what changes Dragonheir Silent Gods is going to do for Season 3. There's been a lot of conversation over in community content creator chat for Dragonheir the last 2 days. It's been getting pretty good, man. A lot of feedback over here. Like basically a lot of content creators voicing their opinions on things that could help, and they want to know what's going on. They want to know like a roadmap kind of thing. Give us an idea of what you're working on, what your ideas are for the future. What do you plan on doing? That kind of stuff. And I know this company advertises like crazy. In general, the parent company advertises like crazy as well, because now I've been seeing so many commercials for Marvel Snap. Like anything I look at now, before it's always been Dragonheir Silent Gods. I still see, at least 50% of my advertisements for YouTube and anywhere else I go are Dragonheir. And then now I've been seeing a ton of Marvel Snap. So they really do advertise, which is great. No idea. Yeah, I don't know either. I haven't heard of anything big this year. I haven't heard of like something huge coming out. More marbles today? We could do some more marbles. You didn't win yesterday, did you? Did you? You didn't win. Let me pull up my Gmail account and see what we've got for codes to give away some more gold dice and worm arrows and some scholar scrolls. What do we have? There it is. Okay, so it's this one. Now these are a little bit less. It's 2 gold dice, 1 scholar scroll, and 250 worm arrows. So we're 100 away from getting a 3rd gold dice here, but 1, 2, 3, 10 codes still. Yep. The redeem code is valid until March 1st. Okay. Plenty of time to put it in and get those goodies. Yeah, we can do some marbles later. It won't take long. Free stuff is always good, but if you've won before, I don't think you'll be able to use this group of codes again. Let me look at these and see if they're kind of similar. Yeah, they start out with 02, so I'm pretty sure that if you won on the other batch, then you won't be able to win on these. But that's okay. There's other people that need to win too, right? Demon, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my man. Did anybody watch Halo episode 1 and 2? I watched it, I guess, yesterday. I thought it was great. I thought it was absolutely great. I hope they keep doing the series. It's there's a lot of world building to do there, a lot of things to unveil, so I'm pretty excited about it. I love sci-fi. If you guys haven't seen it, what network does that play on? That's on Paramount Plus, isn't it? Halo TV series. Yeah, Paramount Plus. That's the one. So maybe you might not have that service. There's so many streaming services, you know, you can't have them all. So you might not have that one. Yeah, Mira, we'll get some codes going. We'll definitely do that. We need to get everybody out there some free stuff. I agree. Get them some gold dice before the Elminster event starts, which is going to happen to us in 9 days from now. So everybody get ready. 9 days. We're going to have a lot of stuff to really focus on. You're going to see me really go hard into streaming, doing some YouTube videos on the boss that we fight, on Elminster and his skills, on play testing him. You're going to see me do a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, which I've been kind of slacking a little bit. I've basically been uploading my streams onto YouTube and calling it kind of a day right now until we get that exciting content. The Dungeons and Dragons collaboration is going to put a lot of people in our stream, probably because they'll enable drops. It's going to give me a lot of things to focus on as far as what Elminster can do, the new boss that we're fighting, and all the combinations of heroes to fight it. So I'm really excited for that. So I've kind of been in like a hibernation mode until that happens. Just relaxing, because we've got 9 days to go, and then we'll be able to like push, have some fun. Should we get some after Elminster release? I would think so, right? Because season 3 is going to start in 20 days, isn't it? So we should get some big news. I would think they'd start promoting it, but they don't want to do it all at the same time, right? It's just not, it's not good for the company to promote all this D&D stuff as well as season 3. They want to separate it a little bit. And they kind of they're running out of time for that, right? They should have, I feel like they should have done the Elminster event. They should have started it like a week ago. That way we're playing it now, we go through it all, and then we still have, like, by the time the event ends, we've got like a week or so before season 3 starts, and they can really push with all the content and advertising for that. But isn't it going to be close? Aren't we going to be doing Elminster for how long? How long was it last time? Was it for a full month? Full month. Or maybe they wanted to bleed over into season 3, because then people that join during, no, they won't have enough time to do the event. I think to take part in the event for Drist that we had last season, of course you could do it on a new account, but you had to start playing within like that week time frame, like 7 days or so, or maybe it was like 5 days. But if you started during that time, you could definitely participate in the event. But I think the event went on for a month, didn't it? 21 days or something? Maybe a little less than a month, but yeah, we logged in for like 4 weeks. Fought the boss. We had like a week-long different quest thing to do. I don't know. I feel like it was at least 2 to 3 to 4 weeks long. The Drist event, the other Dungeons and Dragons event. How long did that last for? So we go straight into season 3. Is there a break? There's not really a break. I think it depends on the crab boss, if the crab boss dies quickly or not. The in-game boss that we fight, depending on how fast he dies, then that's our break. And then they're gonna merge servers, but that only takes like a day. I want to say 2 weeks long. Okay, I know it was a decent amount of time, right? At least 2 weeks, right? It's got to be at least 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll have all that soon. I'm really interested to see what his skills are, who he pairs well with, like what kind of team comps we can make. And what kind of, like, that kind of hero. I don't think it's going to be a Vortex hero, but maybe they'll surprise us, and this guy will be insane for single target, insane for AoE, crazy paired with, you know, certain type of elements. It'll be just like an all catch-all kind of hero. You never know. Lucinia today, nice. I've never played her before. I don't have her on my main account. I've never really tested her a lot on the test server, but she looks fun. The way that she puts that Vortex on like your melee person and then does all the AoE damage that she does. Congrats. Looks really good. You're stuck at Elsabri, Ripekis, Vedemir, Questa, and Dorkarez. Super annoying. Yeah, that's a hard one. What did I do? If you jump back in the back line, the weakest defense one is going to be Dorkarez, I believe. Like if you put somebody on there that hits somebody with the lowest max HP that jumps back in the back line, it'll go back there and attack Dork. You kill Dork really quickly, then you kill Elsabri or Vedemir really quickly. Try to make sure you don't get a lot of frost on yourself. Like here's the thing, your tank, your main tank that you've got going up there that's gonna definitely be hit by Dorkarez. Make sure they have high resistance, because if you have high resistance, you'll keep resisting the frost that he's going to apply. Now, if there's frost on your tank, he'll actually attack with his basic attack at different target. Somebody without frost on. And the less frost you have, it's going to benefit you too, because then you're going to take less damage from everybody else. And then Elsabri, it's really nice if you have a healer with high resistance, so you don't get your ultimate gauge pushed back. That's the hardest thing about the whole entire fight. Everything else is annoying, yes, but it's all about that mermaid. Knocking back your ultimate gauge by 50% as well as charming you, where you run around all stupid and you get out of formation, is the hardest thing. That's what really messes you up. But if you have a healer that can resist that, being charmed, and then resist that knockback of the ultimate, you can have them get the healing that you need. Because when you're running around all crazy and that ultimate knocks back, you're waiting, you just don't have enough time. You got to make sure that that tank and that healer have really high resistance. That'll help you out. Do something on the poison boss. Which one is that? Poison boss. With Lucinia on there? Yo, Revamp, what's up, my man? For us, they merged the servers as soon as all the servers were finished with the dragon. It was a couple of days early. So it was quick, right? I feel like they're really quick with the server merge and end of season. There's no real waiting around. It just all depends on when that last boss dies. If your in-game dragon died really quickly, then you had a few more days to kind of do whatever you wanted to do. Finish up with your pillars, to do arena, do your Fae. So you still have stuff to work on, but you just don't have any real bosses to focus on. But it's quick. I feel like it's pretty quick. It doesn't take a week, to do a new season. The boss is poison element. Yeah, maybe he wants to use his new Lucinia out there. Yeah, I hope that helps you with 141, because I believe that's how I passed it. I remember trying a backline jumper on that one. And I was trying to take out Elsabri right away, but she was too tanky to take out first. So then I just started taking out the DPS, plus my backline jumper. Every battle skill kept going back over to Dorkarez. So that's why I just focused him down. Made sure you get that decreased defense up. Going with that ultimate afterwards. I had to manual everything. And then skip over to who else I could take out. And once you start systematically taking out all those backliners, it gets much easier. Plus all the resistance on your guys. If you have Ardrith with her increased defense and increased resistance to your team and her 30% defense overall, that could really help you. We should be using Ardrith actually on our push, because most people went after her. Most people have her that are at the same day we're at, So we should be using her in Fae along with our broken Garius with his staff on. I missed the day to reset. They missed the day reset and 50% increase in the dragon. So what'd you miss for that? You just dropped a little bit of rank? Like somebody got some points over you? Oh, it bumped you from rank 6 to rank 10? Yep. Yeah, you can't slack off. I'm not worried about my rank though. I'm not anywhere near your rank, but even if I'm like rank, to me, if I'm rank 50 or rank 500, it doesn't matter. I don't play the game to try to rank against people. That part is very boring to me. That doesn't drive me at all. It drives a lot of people, but for me, I just like it's not a competition thing to me to play. I try to do what I can do and that's it, Try to have a good time with it. That's really it. We're getting some damage here though. Like if we played this team on the Fae, this exact team, and just got these massive shields up, don't you think that we'd be okay? If we get them rolling like this, it's going to be insane shields to any level that we're fighting. Yeah, Fae's a pretty cool goal to finish, and I can't remember the artifact that we're getting this season. Make sure you finish Pillar, because I like that artifact. That artifact gives you 25% overall healing. If we max it out, it gives us a lot of enlightenment, and then it gives us that resistance. Which resistance is amazing, especially going through Fae. Pillar's done. Nice. Yeah, going through Fae, having all that resistance and even that additional, like that's an artifact you don't even have to level up if you don't want to. I hope I have a lot of artifact essence next season. I mean, I did okay this season, but I feel like there's a lot of artifacts I could have leveled up to have some fun with. I feel kind of limited because I've leveled up more legendary artifacts this season than I did last season, and it takes a lot to level those up. I leveled up, all the great epic ones, and I'm really hoping for some new rare and epic artifacts next season. Not just legendary artifacts. Some good rare and epic ones. For legendary, I think it's around 16,000. I think. 16 or 18,000, somewhere around there. Could be in the middle of that. You still haven't gotten a single legendary artifact? Man, I hope they do something about that. You're on season 2, you're where we're at right now, and you don't have a legendary artifact. That's really weird. It's not weird your fault weird. It's weird company fault, you know? Oh, you're in season 1. You're in in-game season 1? Okay, well, I'm hoping by season 2 you have a legendary artifact. You have a duplicate legendary, you're able to get Witches Remain. Like everybody by midpoint season 2, I feel like that's 4.5 months. 4.5 months of play, you should get the chance to get a legendary artifact. There's no excuse. Don't you guys think that there's no excuse? If you're putting that much time and effort, you should be able to get it. That's why we need something to where you get some kind of currency, and then there's a shop, you go in there and you buy a legendary artifact. Some kind of currency from PvP that you slowly, you know, save up over seasons. From Fae that you slowly save up over seasons. Something like that. So that then you can go into a shop and there will be like Witches Remains in there, or the staff, you know, a few of the real meta ones that everybody uses. For everyone. Or a way to get a duplicate legendary. I mean, they could do it that way too. Just depends on how they want to roll it, but something needs to be done, because you know from RNG and bad luck, there's going to be some people that are going to stick with it. They're going to be playing their season 3, maybe 8 months in, and still no Witches Remains. No duplicate legendary. That could happen. It's all RNG. Past certain symbols, because I don't defeat the staff Witches Remains teams. Yeah, well, that's a whole different kind of thing, right? With Arena, they need to do something with Arena to make it totally different. Yeah, but I'm with you. Staff, Witches Remains, all that kind of stuff that a opposing team could have to stall out. That's never fun. Like, stall teams just aren't fun, and it shouldn't be a thing. They should do something to fix that. And we've been asking for that for a while. Where the heck is the test server? Revamp. I'm on it. What are we trying to test? I'm on it. I just don't feel like that there's anything really left to test for the season. I think the test server is most important in the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, we want to see what the new heroes are like, what the new content's like, what we can do to get past those dungeon stages to make it easier for everybody, and then what we can do to fight those chief challenges that first 30 days to 60 days. But when we get this far in a season, from 60 day to the end, we've already done all the chief challenges, we've already tackled all the dungeons, all the domains, story mode, weekly bosses, which are very easy this season. Like, the weekly bosses are a joke. There's no strategy at all. You just go in there and blow it up. So the end of the season, I just don't even feel like jumping in the test server to try anything out. Unless we could try Elminster. That'd be great. Arena is kind of trash. Yeah, Arena is bad. Arena isn't something that people really play here. You'd have to be like a real Arena lover. I don't even go in there. It's gotten to the point, well, this is because it's the end of the season kind of thing. At the end of the season, I really slack off. So that's just a me thing. I don't know if I played games with worse Arena. I played with games with Arena that's just as bad. I wouldn't necessarily say worse. Just as bad. Like, the bad ones are they're all just bad. They need to do something, and some games do things about it, and some take a long time to do something about it. You know? So we'll see. Maybe season 3 there's some changes. Usually they do some of their major changes in between seasons for the newest season instead of messing around with it during a season. So here's hoping. Here's hoping we see something new and fresh. That DJ game, Arena? DJ. What is DJ? Wiki. The DJs? What is a DJ, man? I don't know that game. Talking about God's Raid? GR? Vertical screen gotcha? Vertical screen gotcha. I haven't played that one. Dislight? Oh, Dislight. Yeah, you're talking about Dislight. I haven't played Dislight in a long time. By Lilith Games, who does AFK Arena. Yeah. They always make quality products. Yeah, Dislight. Yeah, they make quality products, and I think Dislight is good. And I enjoyed Arena when I first started playing it, but I haven't played that game in a while. A long time. I'm sure it's still rocking. Pay to win, and the rewards from there are important, so you're kind of forced to do it. You think Raid's Arena is more pay to win than Dragonheir? No. That's incorrect. It's just that in Dragonheir, you're on a server. You're not on one huge server. Raid is on one huge server, so you see a whole bunch of people that are stronger than you, who might even have played longer, not necessarily spent more, but the whales, you're with a whole bunch more whales. Thing is with Dragonheir is it's segregated into all these different servers, so your free-to-play account appears to be stronger or doing well, right? Doing better than it would in Raid, but that's only because Raid doesn't do shard system for Arena, which actually they should do. That's Raid's fault. Raid, just like something like Marvel Strike Force, should do a shard system to where you get placed in arena brackets depending on when you started playing Raid Shadow Legends. If they did that, you would be in a bracket, and then if you do well in those brackets or over time, they start to merge these brackets. Like if you've been playing for a month and then other people that have been playing for a month to 3 months, you start getting in like brackets with more and more people around that time. And then you would have the same feel that you have right now with Dragonheir Silent Gods, that you're doing well because you're not fighting against that many people. And Raid could do that, right? Games do that. They do that. Marvel Strike Force did that really well. It's terrible. They had a slingshot mechanic. And what? Oh, I don't know what that is. You're talking about like a reset? You could be in 10th place, attacking 5, and end up in 20th? Yeah, you're talking about a reset, right? At the end? Whales that all compete against each other with CVC? Yeah, they've been that way. I mean, that's... CVC is... CVC. I've never been a fan of CVC. The only issue is when you take a break. Yeah, if you take a break in Marvel Strike Force and you logged in a year ago and you come back, you will then still be in an arena shard with people that have been playing for a full year and that have an advantage on you. That's true. And I don't think their shards do anything for time off. I don't think so. But I think that they have a really good system for arena. Definitely do. For a game that doesn't have multiple servers like that. Like to take care of the issue of having only one big server for everybody, that's a great idea that they've done for PvP. That's the way I would do it. Like if I made a game, I would make a game to where it's all one server. I don't like multiple servers in a game. Do not like it at all. I don't think it's necessary because we can do everything with shards and keep people segregated based on when they started playing. And I think that's much better. And then eventually you merge them all together. You know, like eventually, if I see StewGaming is always #1 in arena every week on like, well, that's the thing. You even wouldn't see that. That's the cool thing about it is you don't even really know that because your arena bracket is totally different. But eventually you do get merged into other arena brackets over time or based on how well you keep placing. Like if you keep placing first place or second place, top, you might go into other brackets. And then eventually you could fight somebody that's way up there that you know is like this mega whale you've been waiting to get to. Only to minimum auto help plan? Yeah, I haven't played in years. Since they came out with those red things for your heroes in Raid, there's just too much going on. There's too much going on for me to go back to Raid that they've added. Those purple mythic, no, what are they called? What's it called when you take your hero and you roll that RNG to get them another RNG on top of it? It's the same thing Marvel Strike Force did. I left Marvel Strike Force because they introduced red stars. Raid introduced red stars. I'd already left Raid by then. I didn't leave because of that reason, but I left right before they introduced the red star mechanic, which is all RNG based. Uh, 90% of games out there put out new servers every week. What, 90% of games? Not games that I played. Not games like Dislight, Awakened Chaos Era, Raid Shadow Legends, Infinite Magic Raid, Summoner's War, all those games, Epic 7, all those games I play do not put out multiple servers. Not the games I play. I don't usually play games that have server-based stuff that put out. Those are games like AFK Arena. Idle games, All idle games do that, but those are idle games. I'm not playing an idle game. Idle games are very boring to me because there's no gear farming. And it's boring that they have all those servers. Just a lot of boring stuff with idle games. For me, it gets boring quick. You quit Marvel Strike Force? I haven't played that since Red Stars, right? So that's been years and years and years. I still have my account. Like, I keep all of my accounts on all this kind of stuff. So back in the day, my account was very powerful. When I left a year after playing, it was extremely powerful. Like top, because you can see like the account powers of all the different accounts. I was maybe top 50 or something. I don't know, maybe I was like top 100 or something in the world though, right? But it's everybody against everybody, so it's pretty good compared to all the whales out there. But it's because I played so long. But then once they came out, how did I get so much more damage today? I wasn't even paying attention how long this was running for. But look at this. I did 103 million and I was top 40 something. I did 100 and something million yesterday and I was top 37. Now I did 146 million. How did I do 146 million? We were just talking about other stuff forever because look, that puts me up to rank 3 so far today. If I did 146, that puts me yesterday, that would put me at rank number 8. I was fighting, no way. How did I get down to 1? Are you serious? How did I go back to, how did I pick number 1? No way. I'm the leader. No, so really, okay, how's that going to do my score then? Then I should be by myself. There's nobody attacking 1. It reset after the week, so you got to go back up here? No way. You're joking me. You got to be joking me. Cold damage, allies with shields receive. You won't rank today? Yeah, I won't have anything, right? What about my alliance score? Or my alliance contribution? Will I still at least get this stuff? Yeah, give me this, right? Okay. I still get that. I'm 397. You still crazy? 397. What the hell, man? Well, that's BS right there. Yeah, I'll be the number 1 of rank 1 for sure, right? But that won't get me anything. That's all right. We do this every day. No problem. We'll get it tomorrow. He said, "Well, got wrecked. We'll get it tomorrow." Because it's kind of the same damage that I get every day. You know, it was a little bit more, and we went on forever. I feel like we were fighting that boss forever till it ended, and then I saw that end result, and I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of damage. I'm doing pretty. What happened here?" Now we know. Now we know. You may get kicked. They're like, kick this guy out. Look at him at 397. I don't think there's an advantage to doing super well for the alliance, right? As long as we hit that total overall amount, I'm pretty sure I'm safe. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Hey, guys, make sure you're not doing level 1 clan boss. Go all the way up to the top. Just want to let you know. I heard somebody had issues with that. They did level 1. Sounds silly, I know. Just, a friend of a friend. Be careful, okay? Make sure you do rank 4. Yeah, I tested it. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You won't get many points. You'll get a lot of damage numbers, but you won't get many points for sure. Urgent, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? Let's see my teams here. Has anybody been killing it over here and really making rank? Did anybody start in Otherworld pretty low and they've been doing so well with making, 13 different teams for 22 million that they're really, really picking up some serious rank? I mean, you will. I'm just wondering who out there's done it and how well they're doing. You absolutely will gain rank if you do that. I mean, I haven't been doing that, but we should have all of our buffs now. Yeah, by this day, we should have every single buff ready to go. Apologizing, clan chat. Hey, guys, sorry, but I didn't know what boss I was doing, by the way. You went from 28 to 3rd, and I had 15 times 22 teams ready since the start. Nice. Yeah, you will. I mean, you'll jump up by a lot. But I'm close on Necro. Nice. We could have done that. We could have made. We have my roster's so big, right? We could have easily. It's all about your roster. Gear-wise, pretty much everybody's kind of got comparable gear. But it's all about the heroes you have, scrolls that you have in those heroes, and then how well your psyche core is for that elemental advantage. Which really, when you're talking about in-game and spenders, everybody should have a lot of that. So if you do the 15 teams, or 14 teams, or 13 teams, whatever you got to do, you should rank up pretty quick. And stagnant servers, right? By the end of the season, there aren't a lot of people. As many. I need to phrase that differently. When I say there aren't a lot of people, it sounds like everybody vacated, but there aren't as many being competitive by the end of the season. You have at least 10 teams ready to go? Oh yeah, you'll rock it. You will rock it. Did you see that they have another 6 summon epic box banner? Finally got Adolphus. Did I see it? Yeah, I did a video on it like 4 or 5 days ago. What do you mean? What do you mean, did I see it? I did a detailed YouTube video on it just, let's see. 3 days ago. Almost 4 days by now. Yep. Right there. Right there, where I talk about you getting Adolphus, Varesh. You can get Furbath later on. You could get Thea. We went over and looked at all that kind of stuff and talked about how it's 6 summons, so incredibly cheap, how it's almost better than a 99-cent selector box. But not really, of course, and all that. Yeah, right there in that video. I do videos, man. I do YouTube videos. Yeah. Yep. Just pulled 40 on the banner and got Jathalete. Nice. Charlac, you got him too? Did you mess up or they good? You didn't mess up. Nubkins, what's up, man? Hey, man, getting legendaries is never a mess up. Now, whether they're actually really good or not, summons aren't great. Nobody really goes with a summon team right away for anything. If you want to make a summon team for a boss here at the end of the season, or make a summon team for the final boss that you fight for a few days, that's viable. But as far as a summon team for anything else, nobody really does that. If you want to make a poison team to have a whole bunch of poisons up with Corrin, I think is his name, to keep the poisons flowing, and then have Jathalee explode them when there are tons of poisons up, you can do that. I've seen some speed runs for dungeons like that, but we're talking about 15-second speed runs as opposed to the normal in-game 30-second speed runs with any kind of Ice Blast team or whatever team you want to do. So I don't really feel like they're crazy viable, those two that you got. But they're good, man. They're good. I'm always hyped to get some new legendaries to play around with. Definitely worth playing around with for these bosses here, those two that you got, and then also for the end boss, the end-game boss that we fight. You're thinking of a nasty summons team in this future? Hey, man, we'd all love to play summons. Maybe by Season 3, they're going to do something cool with summons. Maybe those are the new heroes we're going to see that are going to really empower our summons, really empower some lower level rally guys, really help out poisons so that we just don't have 3 legendaries like Jathalee, Lothair, and Vakana, I think her name is, that are good for poisons. Maybe we'll start getting something, lower tiered epic that can really make some things work. I hope so. I hope so for the new season that we see things like that. I really doubt they're not gonna bring in another element. They're not gonna bring in like a wild, burn, and then ignite. They're not gonna bring in like another kind of something. Basically, every element now has good single target, good AoE. We've got burn for AoE. We've got wild for single. We have frost for AoE, and then we have ice blast for single target damage, and then electrocute for AoE. I guess you could call it that. And then we have, what's the other one? Oh, and then we have Dauntless for single target damage. So not everyone, we still have something like Rally that they could improve on or do something different over there with Radiant. Poison, They don't have like a real AoE, so I guess they could do something for poison. I guess they could do something for the other elements. Yeah, they could. They could come out with some new kind of gimmicks for those, but I'm really hoping they just build upon what's already here in season 3 instead of adding more gimmick stuff that just didn't seem to work out this season. It just didn't really... That's their fault. They didn't plan it out properly. They didn't make the bosses really susceptible to their new gimmicky heroes. They actually made it to where they're not even good against the bosses, you know? So that's kind of their fault to make it so that they're not really even... The only best thing is the Ice Blast for Vortex. That was like the best thing they came out with. That was it. Jorn? Is that who I'm fighting? Yeah. I think we'll do okay. Oh, all my teams have always been doing 22 million. That was not a problem. The problem is me wanting to make other teams to do 22 million. I've just got no drive to do that. Like I said, I don't care if I'm ranked 20 or ranked 200, 2,000. It's you're getting scrolls to give you a little higher chance of getting it guaranteed, right? If I get 10 scrolls, within those 10 scrolls, I get a guaranteed legendary. If I have 20 scrolls, every 10 scrolls is a guaranteed legendary. Just I don't care about the competitive nature of me going, ooh, I pushed and got rank 5 when I could have got rank 25. It just doesn't. I don't care. That does nothing. It just like the excitement for me is nothing. But also me going to Vegas and gambling, the excitement for me is nothing. So I'm a little bit different about that. 170 million, nice. Lothair the Beast, yeah, Lothair is pretty broken. Lothair, there's poisons up and he does his ultimate. It's pretty broken. Yeah, Rally is way too Lego dependent. That's exactly right. So if we could bring in some Rally heroes that actually really function and work well for Rare and Epic, that would be fantastic. For Season 3, right? People would be happy about that because we're building upon stuff that we already have, a lot of things that everybody else has, a lot of free-to-play players have with Rares and Epics and Rally. Same thing with Poison. If we can build upon the Poison heroes that we have out there right now and make Poison debuff, not the whole element, the Poison debuff viable, then we bring in some new Rares and Epics that do that. Because the Legendaries are already taking care of that. Like, the Legendaries are making Poison actually viable, but only Legendaries. Same thing with Rally. The Legendaries are only making Rally viable, not the Rares and the Epics. So yeah, they need to improve that. And I hope they do, because otherwise it's kind of sad, you know. And summons. Yeah, summons too. Right. Especially summons. Summons, they just need to like revamp summons though. It's not the sense of bringing in something else that would help out and empower summons. Summons are actually pretty cool. We just need summons that do decrease attack, remove buffs, block buffs, heal block, all that. If they just add that onto the current summons we have, we will make a lot of viable summon teams and a lot of fun summon teams. All they got to do is have that summoner or their summons apply a decrease attack, block buffs, remove buffs, chance. All those normal things that all these other heroes, decrease turn meter, ultimate gauge, recharge speed penalty when they hit a pet or kill a pet. You know, make it fun. Make it fun. Whenever an enemy kills this pet, they get recharge speed penalty for 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. It's not like the pet's going to be out all the time on all the different builds anyways. So, and it's not like the pet just has to hit somebody. That means the pet has to die. That's a pretty cool mechanic to have. So pet dies, boom, they get recharge speed penalty 10 seconds. This pet hits the enemy, it's got a 30% chance to decrease attack it for, you know, this amount of time or something like that. They just need to do that for summons and we will be fine. Summons will be so awesome. They are. Yeah, they're going to do another 99-cent selector box, but when? When are they going to do that? Since we've got an Elminster event coming up soon and we have the new season coming up soon. For us anyways, you know, somebody could be starting season 1 right now. They could be starting season 2. They could be in the middle of season 1 right now. Which that's, you know what? That brings up a strange point. Saying the Epic Selector box is going to come back. That's not true for everybody, is it? Because some people just had the Epic Selector box. If you're in season 1, the midpoint in season 1, you just had yourself an Epic Selector box. I'm pretty sure they didn't do the Epic Selector box as a one-time thing. I think it's set up to do it. Is anybody playing Season 1 right now at the midpoint of Season 1 and did they get an Epic Selector box? I'm almost positive that everybody in season 1 has one. No matter when you started. If you get to a certain point in season 1. Yeah, you're on season 1. How far? You said you're almost done though. So you got your epic. Yeah, we all get it. I think we all do get it. I think that's the way they have it set up. So kind of saying like a broad statement that the 99-cent box is going to come back, I don't think is true. I don't think they're just going to, across the board, everybody gets a 99-cent selector box, right? You're going back to season 0? I don't think that's true. I think that because it's not like they're going to sell you one for 99 cents and a week later sell you one just because everybody else is getting one. Huh. I don't know. I know ways that they can make it work, but I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to do. You have so many summon heroes too? I do too, man. I think a lot of people have summon heroes, and I want them to be fun. I want them to be viable. I want that Necrosis to have more support heroes because not a lot of people have Tauren, which is a legendary. People might have Estella, which she's not great. And then we've got, what's her name? The rare, Megan. So we need a little bit more help there as far as support goes. And then we need decreased attack, which would help if they revamp the summons like we talked about. So I don't know. I really hope that's season 3 though. I do. Demoted back to season 1. There shouldn't even be seasons. Honestly, it's just the silliest thing. There should be no seasons. Or not different seasons. Seasons are fine. I don't like the idea of seasons, but seasons are fine. I can work with it. But the way they're doing it, I still don't think it's gonna work long term at all. Because none of this stuff would be an issue if we were all in the same season, all doing the same thing. They could do a 99-cent selector box, every season then, and it benefits everybody. And it doesn't matter. We're all in the same season, so it wouldn't matter. Do new people ever catch up to the new seasons, or are they always behind? Yeah, they're always behind, man. That's what I'm saying. That's the number one thing that's breaking this game. You're always behind, and you can never get caught up to new content, to new heroes, to new artifacts, to new everything, and it just gets worse and worse and worse every season. I'm on season 4. I'm talking about all these artifacts I've gotten because each season has introduced new stuff, and you're like, what? When am I going to get that artifact? Oh, I won't get that till season 3. I'm on season 2. Geez, I got to wait a long time. By that time, I'm on season 7. Stu, how did you get that new hero? Oh, that hero's from season 5, my man. You're going to have to wait a little while for that. That's cool. My friend's on season 7. I'm on season 4. He's talking about all this new boss that he's fighting. It's pretty interesting. Am I ever going to see that boss? Not for a year, my friend. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. It's the number one thing to break this game, sadly. And I don't see them doing anything about it. And when content creators talk about it in content creator chat, they make it seem so like they do blow it out of proportion. Like they have like their idea of why, like especially the Russian ones. It's always the Russian content creators in there. I don't know why the Russian content creators think that this is such a good idea. And then they're like every time they talk about seasons not working, they always clump seasons together, and you don't do that. Like we're not even like nobody's advocating for that. What they say, like well, all these, it's always the Russian guys. I'm telling you, 100% it's the Russian guys always. And I have a lot of them blocked because I don't even want to see their conversations anymore. So I blocked so many of them. So right now when I'm looking at content creator chat, I see Wilson Box talking, a couple other people talking, 1 block message, 2 block message. I see all these block messages. Season 100. But here's the thing. Seasons are so easy to manage. You just have all new players start a season together like they all do. If they're starting season 2, there's 10 days left in the season. There's just a big notation saying that season 3 is going to start in 10 days. When they start season 3, they're starting season 3 in 10 days. They're getting rewards based off of 10 days of play, but they're starting season 3 with people that started when they did. For some reason, the Russians always group in this thing of, well, new players don't want to play with old players that have been playing for seasons. They don't play with old players that have been playing for seasons. Anybody who started within like a week time frame are going to be merged all together in a server if they need to. The same new players. You're not playing with older players. You're just playing the season when it starts with everybody else playing the season when it starts. We're all just playing the season together. You're not playing on the same server as other people. And it's so easy to do. I mean, there's no excuse in my mind, there's no excuse for this company not to reevaluate and try to do something like this. And it's such an easy thing to do in my mind, but it would take time. Like, it would definitely take time to retrofit your game to do that as far as programming goes. But it's simple. Anybody that starts, they start on the newest season. Like right now, my season is going to end in 20 days. So anybody starting the game, even you guys, we'd all be right now on this season, and it would end in 20 days. And we'd all get rewards based off of that. Anybody playing would be in a server with people that played when they started playing within those 3-day time frames that they open up a new server. And then at the end of the season, you would go into season 3, just like we're all going to go into season 3, but you would be on a season 3 server with people that started right when you did. So it's no different. Like, you're not losing out on anything. And then you go and you make sure that something like the Ardrith event or whatever new event they have has all the older heroes in the event shop. So that then again, nobody missed anything. It's so easy. Like, to me, it's crazy. It's crazy that it's so easy that they just are going to miss out. Like here, this event's going to happen every season. That's cool. You just have all the older heroes in here. So anybody that started playing yesterday, they go to the new season, they see the new hero that's coming out. It's going to be called whatever kind of resources they're going to get, right? They're going to give it a new name, but you see all the other heroes and you don't have to get the newest hero. You could be like, okay, Ardrith is going to benefit my account the most. I know she's great. I'm going to get her this season. And then they're all in a shop. Same thing with the pillars. Same thing with Fae. All those artifacts that have been piling up each season, they just go into a shop and you get currency from going through Fae. You get currency from going through pillars, and you get to pick which artifact you want, which is a great system because over time you've got this pillar with its own artifact shop where people can get whatever artifact they want over time. Same thing with the heroes. Same thing when you start the game and everybody's playing on the same stuff. Everybody, when they talk about what's going on and they're talking about best gear to use, they're playing the same server. Instead of me going, man, this serial gloves are pretty cool. And people are like, what? I don't have those gloves. Where do I get those gloves? Well, you get those gloves in season 8. You're on season 2. You might not see them for a while. Everybody is talking about the same gear sets to use on the same bosses. The same Dungeons and Dragons event come out at the same time. The in-game boss is the same. The chief challenges are the same. You and your friends are talking about the same thing. Everybody as a community are all doing the same thing. And it benefits this game so much better. Because when this game advertises, hey, come join us on season 2 Expanse, the underworld season with pirates and all this kind of stuff like they just did, you don't have all these people coming to me going, hey man, where's all this underwater stuff? Well, you won't see that underwater stuff until 6 months. And then can you imagine in season 6 when they're talking about all this undead stuff going on and somebody starts playing the game and they're saying like, hey man, where is all this undead stuff? Well, you won't see this undead stuff for 2 years. It just, I don't get it. I think it's an easy fix. I think it's an extremely easy fix to where only players are playing with players that started at the same time as them. They're not being merged in with other players that have been playing seasons forever. It's the easiest fix in the world. But we get zero communication from the company. That's it. I mean, we just get zero communication. So, and we don't foresee anything that where they would be wanting to do any kind of changes yet. So I don't know. Revamp. They need to update, brother. They need to update and let us know what the hell is going on with that game is what they need to do first. What changes are they making and do some updates? We all know that will never happen. I just don't know why. I really cannot wrap my noodle around why that can't happen. Like everything I just explained to you guys, doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make far more sense than doing the current state of how things are being run? Like if you just think about it and you're like, okay, new players coming in, they're only still playing with new players. Older players are still only playing with older players, but everybody's still on the same content. Advertising makes sense then. Events make sense. Everybody knows what's going on, right? It just to me, it's like I'm living in a crazy world if that doesn't make sense. Is this the right team? How did I get this to happen where I'm missing out on some gear? Look at that. Yeah, to me, it's just like if you brought that to the developers and they just sat there and thought about it and they were like, nah, doesn't make sense to me. I'm just sitting there. I'm just thinking like, I mean, there's nothing I can do then, you know? If you seriously take something like that to the devs and they don't sit down and really ponder and consider what you're saying, I just don't know what to do. Accuracy. Did I not have an accuracy? Well, maybe. Does he need resistance here? Oh, he does need some resistance and some accuracy, but we got resistance of 312. I need to start outfitting. Let me save that. Let me see how much solvent I have. I need to start getting some resistance on my elements that I kind of been slacking on. 18,000. And I still need to do this one. But honestly, I would start... Yeah, I'll start getting some resistance. I don't even know if that was the right one. This is for Radiant Ice. Okay. Shouldn't I get some more from doing these battles? Soon? 30,000 right here at 95,000. I gotta really pick it up. Gotta pick up my game. Are you running Stew? I'm running 6, my man. 6. Blood sample. Stew is not worried about trying to get, like I said, if I'm ranked 20 or ranked 2,000, it doesn't matter to me, blood sample. Trying to compete is not why I play the game. This means nothing to me. Is this Toll War team? Although I am kind of curious why my team doesn't have equipment on though. I do like to come in here and just get my battles done, and my guys just don't have, like, they were saved with no gear. It's weird. You're competing? I'm glad. I'm glad if you enjoy doing that, then yeah, that's fun. But like I told guys earlier, I don't care about competing. Just like if I go to Vegas, I don't care about gambling. Like competing just doesn't do anything for me. I just want to get my season to end and see what kind of new events come up. I think that might be the... No. That can't be the right gear. Look at this. This dude's crit rate's 45%. Oh, this is all critical damage stuff. With like no crit rate on it. Well, what if I just do crit rate gloves to make this quick and easy? All right. That's more reasonable. We're at 78%. If I come over here to her. But originally I started this the Otherworld exploration around 70. Rank 70. So if I did make all those teams, I'm sure I would have jumped up. What about the collab? So if I'm on season 1, will I be able to get Drist? No. But if they have a 2-year collab with D&D and they did it the way I said, to where every time a Dungeons and Dragons collaboration came up, they had an actual shop to where you would see Elminster, you'd see Drist, you'd see whoever they had previously for the 2 years that they have the licensing with them, then you'd be able to pick whatever hero you want. And I think that's far more exciting than just only having that one hero there. That way, if you're somebody like yourself who missed season 1, you could still get a hero that you know, maybe you like Drist, maybe you really want him no matter what, you could still pick him up. But unfortunately, he's passed. And I don't know, that could be a legal thing of how they've drawn up their collaboration too. You never know. Because a lot of those collabs, they only last a certain amount of time. You can never go back and raid and get the blue-haired guy, right? He was just there for the limited time. Collabs. The blue man. But if they have, but they do have a 2-year collaboration though, so that's really cool. Dragonheir does. So I would think that they might be able to do the shop kind of stuff like we were talking about.
I like the curiosity in your eyes. Delectable.
Okay. Let's hope they keep gear on now. Let me check these guys. All right, they're all geared, but we did have some times. What happened? Something happened to this team. Like I had this team set up. Maybe I erased one of the ones I had that was actually the setup one. And then I had this set up to go far into... Oh, well. Let's just do this. This is fine. Because we got decreased attack up from this Urgander. And with all those additional benefits, we'll get 22 million, no problem. Oh, yeah, that guy. The blue man. Ninja from Fortnite. Yeah, that guy. The dude that likes yelling at people. Streamers and kids and stuff. Yeah, they had him for a while. So things like Ronda Rousey and all that, they only last a certain amount of time. It's not like a end agreement to where they get to buy their likeness forever and keep putting that hero in the game and put them in their summoning pool. Which is weird. I would think that you would be able to pay to have their likeness forever, and then you could put them in your game as long as your game's running. Keep them in there as a hero that could be heroed in their summoned in their summon pool. Was he a raid character? Yeah, he was a raid character. OP collaboration champion. Yeah, he was actually a really good hero. Still is a really good hero, I guess. But Raid is smart though. Doing a collaboration with him got everybody in the first-person shooter genre to try the game out, right? I mean, Raid is a lot of things, but they are super smart with their advertising, right? They always do money well spent for advertising to get new acquisition of, brand new players. Yeah. And you got to, you've got to be smart with advertising for mobile games. The market is just too saturated. There are too many mobile games out there that are basically pretty much the same. And to separate yourself, you just gotta, like that one, how many videos have you guys seen on Hero Wars? Like every single day. And they just keep getting lewd and disgusting, and they're nothing like the gameplay. But how does Hero Wars keep doing that? How does that game keep advertising all the time? You see Nexus a lot? What is Nexus? I see Hero War. I see Dragonheir all the time. Like all the time I see Dragonheir. I've been seeing Marvel Snap lately. The last 2 days, a lot of Marvel Snap ads. And then I see Hero Wars for years. Years upon years. Always Heroes War. And I tried the game once. Just to see what it was like because of so many advertisements. And I was like, no way. No way this game makes money. But it's got to. That company just keeps, unless it's like a money laundering scheme, that company just keeps advertising. And who are they going to money launder with? With Alphabet? Google? They can't money launder with them. I don't know. They've got to make money is what it comes down to. To advertise that much, they've got to be making money. With Xena and Monster Hunter Champions? Yeah, I did see that they did some kind of collaboration with Monster Hunter Champions. Now, I don't know if those collaborations really bring in the bucks. Like Xena's not actively out there advertising the game. Something like, what's his name? Was it Ninja? Something like Ninja, you've got it advertised in for a certain market. Ronda Rousey, they did a whole bunch of things. They did a big advertising thing with the UFC too, so they paid the UFC promoters and all that whenever they were doing like the fights around that time. Ronda wasn't active fighting, but they were still promoting, hey, Ronda Rousey is in Raid Shadow Legends to all these people that are watching UFC. So you get a whole bunch of people like, oh, that's cool. What's this Raid Shadow Legends? Let me check it out. Same thing with Ninja. All of his people and all the people that play Fortnite and first-person shooters, they got introduced into it with Simple, the guy who plays CSGO, and Ninja introduced to, hey, they're in this game Raid Shadow Legends, let me check it out. But I don't think anything like Xena would be a big draw. She's not that's not an active show. She's not out there doing something saying, hey, come play Raid. So that collab's a little bit weirder to me. Yeah, like I said, that collaboration doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I don't see that pulling in new players. Monster Hunter maybe because Monster Hunter is so popular. So then, okay, maybe something like that. But yeah, Xena's a little bit weird. They need up their fruit. Well, Dragonheir is surprisingly huge with doing ads. They have paid a lot of money to do a crazy amount of ads on YouTube that I've seen. And they've paid a lot of content creators a crazy amount of money to do videos and to stream. So I can't fault them on that. There's a lot of games I can say that, man, if this game would have advertised, they'd do a lot better. But not Dragonheir. I mean, Dragonheir really has put a crazy budget into advertising. I'm actually very happy with the amount of advertising they do. It's really a lot. And I feel like that's kind of their draw right now. Whenever they have the D&D collaboration, a lot of people come to play. They're like, oh, D&D. But Drizzt was kind of like the biggest thing. Now they've got Elminster. What are they going to do after that? Like what? I don't know. They just do iconic heroes and they get a big new player base for a while. And then they try to do the new season thing and try to get a new big player base. So they kind of are rotating their player base. I feel like they're getting a solid player base for that first 3 months. And then after that, they see a lot of drop off. But in between, they're doing a D&D collaboration with a whole bunch of advertising to bring in new players. And then they're doing the new season advertising, which is pretty much like false advertising. Come join us for season 3. Really? Come join you for season 3 to see this new stuff? I see season 1 when I start playing, my dude. What do you mean come join you? So then I feel like they get a lot of new players in, which is what Raid does, right? Raid advertises so much that you would think eventually they'd run out of people to pull in. Out of the whole entire world, you would think that Raid is advertised so much that everybody knows about Raid Shadow Legends and that pretty much everybody has tried it out they can. But it's not true, man. They just keep splashing that money out there, you will get new players. Especially if your game looks nice. But that's the thing with this. Like, the gameplay is really fun. The gameplay is really engaging in Dragonheir. And it looks amazing. But how long? Like, I always wonder, how long can that last? But after I've seen Raid do it time and time again, I guess it can. And Hero Wars do their advertising, I guess it can last. You're bummed you can't get Drizzt. His animations are awesome. Guinevere coming out and them fighting together are really cool. They are. It's a cool looking hero, but melee for Dragonheir isn't the best. Dragonlance heroes? I don't know. Well, they're sticking with the 2 years of D&D collaboration, but after that, yeah, I'm sure if this company is still making bank and they're doing really well, I bet they would go into whatever kind of collaboration they can do, since this prior one was working. What if they did a Lord of the Rings collaboration? That'd be pretty cool. Lord of the Rings in this type of art style, with just some of their really popular heroes. Kind of be a repeat of what we're doing, right? We got Strider, we got Gandalf. They would kind of, you got some hobbits thrown in there, some dwarves thrown in there, some elves, Legolas and stuff. But it would be cool. I feel like that would do just like the D&D collaboration is doing. It would pull a lot of people in every time they do it. Yeah, Dragonlance. They could do that. I mean, they could do that right now. I think they're doing a lot of Forgotten Realms stuff. Does that fall under with the Dragonlance series? I think they're sticking to kind of Forgotten Realms, whatever is big for that. I only read Drizzt books from R.A. Salvatore. I never read any of the other bazillion books they have for Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Yeah, we could. Or you could play them. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think Lord of the Rings would go really well. Collaboration would go quite well with this game. Yeah, Sam, you just read all the books. Companions? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who else. If they did, I know them, so that would like if they did her, if they did Brunner, Battlehammer, Wolflar, Regis, like those are people I know because I read those books only, but I haven't read any of the books with Elminster or any of that other stuff, so that's only because I've read those. But people who have read all those other books, then they'd probably be pretty excited about it. For me, if they did, what's his name? Artemis and Triri. The other Dark Elf. Who's the other Dark Elf? Like, wasn't there one called like Ajax or Jax or something like that? That Drizzt was always doing stuff. Artemis would be awesome. I think Artemis would be really awesome. Especially if he had his dagger with the lifesteal. Some cool stuff going on with that. I don't know if they're going to stay in that small universe or not. So we'll see what's going on after we get Elminster. Should be 2 more? Only 2 more? 2 years. So we got 3 months. No. It should be total. Well, 2 more for the year, but shouldn't we have 8 total for a 2-year collaboration every 3 months, right? Is that math right? I'm like, Yeah, for this year, right. I didn't play that. Actually didn't play Baldur's Gate 3. I think I might have bought it. Or like the limited little download you could do for it. But I did play older Baldur's Gate though. Where you set up your board, you know, and then you hit play and it plays out. Who am I looking for right now? This guy is called Jorn Alton. There we go. Full auto. 22 easy. You actually go to the Underdark? Well, you do here too. Right? They got it set up here, and this looks like a permanent part of their... Maybe it's only for 2 years and it disappears, but it looks like a permanent part of their game. Because we got the Spider God down there, and a whole bunch of Drow down there, and they talk about things like that. Now, again, I don't know if that's only for the 2-year collaboration or how long they can hold that for, but it seems like a permanent part because it's in season 1 and then it goes over to season 2. I'm sure it'll be there in season 3. Like it's a part of the landscape that we run through permanently. Yeah, 2 more this year. If I had to pick 2 more from like R.A. Salvatore, I would think Artemis would be maybe the next one that would come out. Well, for me anyways. I think he's the coolest to be, and to me, more the iconic one to come out. But he's melee, so for this game, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared for a melee hero to come out and be really viable, but good on the bosses, right? As far as viable going through dungeons like when we first start out, I guess it really doesn't matter. We've got so many heroes to play. We don't have to use melee.
Pull yourself together.
It's not over yet.
Has anybody pushed further in Fae? Or anybody done with Fae already? And then did well last season? Would you compare this season's Fae just as difficult as last season? I think it's pretty much the same, don't you? Kind of similar comps too. But I mean, what can you do? It's just a tower mode that has those kind of bosses with mini bosses. They did put in that new boss, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but I don't think they're doing, like I said, I don't think they're doing a Dragonlance. It feels like they're not doing Dragonlance stuff. Strom would be cool from Dragonlance. Only because he died, and he shouldn't have died, and I was very upset about that. But, yeah, Racing would be cool. And it would go well. It would go well with this game. But I don't know if they're doing that. That would be a big iconic one, though. You're right. That would be one that would be huge if anybody read Dragonlance series. And I read like 3 books, I think. 4 books. The autumn, winter, night, all that kind of stuff. You did only up to 140 last season? You think it seems easier? Yeah, I think it seems easier because we're stronger, right? But we have more heroes. I think it seems easier because we have more heroes. Things are... Maybe you've got some legendary artifacts. I feel like the legendary artifacts made stuff much easier. Like the staff on Garius makes the game kind of very, very easy. As soon as I got that staff on him, ridiculously easy. Now, do you think that they'll ever nerf things like that? Do you think that there's a point to where it's a little bit too overpowered? Like, in general, this guy heals for too much, and he does it on the whole entire board. If he did it like Fur Bath, where it was only immediately around him, then okay, no problem. Keep his strength the way his strength is. But he gets so much defense, and he does healing based off of defense. And this ability is such a huge multiplier. Even without the staff, it's very strong, right? Like, it's super strong. Still, like the best tank, best healer in the game combination. What better tank healer do we have? Like, really? It's not Acelia, the legendary, because she needs a lot of enlightenment, so she's not tanky then. It's not, who else do we have? Who else do we have that's a tank healer? Furbath? It's not Furbath because this guy does way more healing than Furbath. Well, Furbath does a lot of healing. It's just periodic healing. But this guy does way more bigger heals. He's way tankier than Furbath, but he does not have decreased attack. Like, there's not even a legendary that can compare to what Garius does. And then you give him the staff, and he just gets stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I've never played him, but he does do shields, he does do healing, he does do decreased attack, and doesn't he like remove too? He removes shields, does he remove buffs or something? But his ability to heal is actually pretty insane, this guy. Decrease attack, shields, and remove shields, and his shields are so big. %50% of the shield is consumed and vanished will be converted into healing. It's pretty impressive. I wish this defense was 30% defense in all battles. But then you put the shield on, the staff on Garius, and it just gets crazy dumb. I don't know whether you need to nerf Garius a little bit or nerf the staff. You know, like which one? Which one do you kind of nerf to bring things in line just a tad bit if you wanted to bring some stuff in line? Like if you wanted to do some balancing. Now I know a lot of people don't like balancing like that. They don't like to mess with overpowered stuff. But I mean, when something's really kind of overpowered, I feel like it's cool just to make some minor adjustments. But when I say minor adjustments, I get scared because a lot of companies don't like to do minor adjustments. And I don't know why. I think it's very easy if you're a corporation to look at a hero and be like, okay, let's just knock this down by 10%. But most companies go in and they just like, right? They take a hero that's like really viable and they neuter it so much that you can't even play it anymore. And that's when things just get really hectic and everybody gets mad and upset. I don't foresee them doing any nerfs. I've actually never, have we seen them do any nerfs? Sigrid nerf? You know what? I would not be opposed to a Sigrid nerf, to making her to where she only gets turn meter reduction every 3 seconds. That would stop her whole deal of being able to fire and fire and fire. And she would still be crazy powerful. That's how I would handle that. Like I said, small things. You don't go in and neuter like 4 different things with her. You don't go in and say, okay, she can't hit everybody. You don't go and say she doesn't get turn meter increase. You can't just go in and do all that because then she's dead. She's no good to anybody. But if you took her passive and you said this passive has a cooldown of 3 seconds, then when somebody dies, she's still going to get a 25% increase in her ultimate. And then 3 seconds later, if somebody dies again, she's still getting that ultimate increase, which is great. But she's not able to fire off a volley, kill a whole bunch of things, fire off a volley, kill a whole bunch of things, and keep doing that, right? And she's still insanely strong because if you have debuffs up, she's going to hit everybody for a massive amount of damage, decrease attack, heal block, which are 2 of the most important debuffs, decrease heal block here as well, accuracy lead, and some serious damage, like not light damage. This is good damage. So then we're just slowing her down a little bit if we put this on a 3-second cooldown. Just slowing her down a bit so that she can't just keep firing volleys off back to back to back, which most times that won't even affect people. I know people would riot though. They'd be like, 3 seconds on her ultimate? Are you crazy? You're killing Sigrid. But you're not killing Sigrid because there's not that many occasions when she just volleys one after another. And it really wouldn't slow her down in goblins either, because goblins, they die so often. She would keep getting this increase. She'd volley the wave, volley the wave, volley the wave. It would be fine. It's a 3-star with her, even with that stipulation. But at least then, Flora's soft nerf season 2. Did they do one? You hate nerfs? Blizzard's always doing it. Like I said, it depends on what company's doing the nerfs. And most companies don't have a soft hand for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I really don't know why they don't have a soft hand and companies don't like to go back and revisit something. They say they nerfed something and it was too hard. For some reason, it takes them like a really long time to acknowledge or even want to do something about it, which is strange to me. For Faye 141, is that the one where I talked about the resistance, the high resistance and all that other stuff we were talking about? I don't know what your team is. You're running Ogok, Fire MC, Horus, and Sigrid. Oh. How are you getting debuffs out on everyone for Sigrid to pop? Fire MC, Horus. Do you have like Varesh? You're not? It's much harder then. It's much harder than to work with it to even try to get to that back line and take somebody out. Yeah. Pargu was nerfed. Yeah, Pargu used to do a lot more damage, and that was in the beginning. I did a video, right, Sebastian? I did a video on Pargu talking about, oh, this guy hits so hard. And then they nerfed him somehow. It was like the only real nerf that we saw, right? It's pretty weird because Pargu to this day, if he was back the way we had him before, it would be fine. What boss am I missing? Licinia? I thought we fought her already. This lassie Licinia. Let's see what she's up to. I don't need 5-man affinity. Do you need 5-man? No, you're not mandatory to have 5-man affinity, but you do want to get debuffs up on that back line so that you can pop them with Sigrid for decreased attack. Because if Dorkarez and Vetemir and all of them are hitting you with their ultimates, you're probably not going to last very long. But you want Sig to do damage and you want her to pop everybody with decreased attack. So you want debuffs up on everyone. Varesh would do that and block buffs, which is great because then you can't get that increased defense or regens over time from the mermaid. But I don't think you have Varesh, do you? Oh, is that why you were asking? 5-team bonus. Do you need the 5-team bonus? Do you have 15% damage reduction? Do you have somebody else that can get debuffs on everyone so Sigrid can kind of pop them before they do their ultimates? You do have Varesh. Yeah, you just have to work your teams. I mean, there's a lot of playtesting done there. You got to play your 5-man team, see what works, try different positions, see how far you can get with trying to take somebody down, and then you have to go to other areas, right? I can add Varesh. Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's no like one way that works. It depends on your gear, your account, your elemental advantage, all that positioning, like you said. So you just have to try out a lot of stuff. I'm not on your season. I don't even know that map, so I can't just like go and play it. Yeah. It's all about trial and error, right? You got to try things out with that team. But I'm pretty sure you're going to need somebody to get some debuffs on that back line for Sigrid. From my experience. What were we doing here? Weren't we just clumping them up? And I was going to change this guy out for Letalis, but right now I'm too lazy. So I'm just going to hit here. I'm going to sit here and do a manual Ogok is all we had to do, right? Who is doing Witch's Remains here to get us some damage? Okay, well, it was... Why is he so slow? He's actually faster. Stagamuffin's faster than these guys. Let me see something really quick. His ultimate's on an 18-3. She doesn't do turn meter reduction, right? Yeah. Oh, his starting. His starting is really slow is the problem. Since we don't have scrolls into him, even though he's fast for consecutive moves, his starting is at 15-4. Whereas theirs is at 12. A second and a half's fine because this guy pulses the ground. Like decrease attack, decrease defense not going to be applied always right away. We got attack, attack, attack. Okay, let's see. New race, pandas and gnomes? No way. No way. This isn't WoW. They're not going to bring in some pandas and gnomes. What are you talking about? I mean, gnomes could be cool, but pandas, I don't think we need to bring pandas into the picture. All right, I got to concentrate. I got to make sure I get this Ogok's ultimate up when the boss does her ultimate. I mean, I've seen some ferocious looking pandas before. Did you just Google it? Google what? Did you... What? Pandas? From WoW? No, I've known. What do you mean? I can play your account. No, thank you. No, thanks. You got to play your own account, my friend. Got to play your own account. This is where we were having issues getting up recharge speed penalty, and this is where we could have put in Theodore we were talking about to get recharge speed penalty pretty consistent, or we could bring in Latalis to get that ultimate gauge knockback that would be really consistent. But this Stagamuffin dude is not consistent. And it's not allowing us... Damn it, I should have waited. I should have saved Ogok's ultimate until next rotation. I definitely can't keep up now. This guy sucks, man. That guy right there, Stag, he's not that great. Can we live through this? Okay, I'm going to save Ogok. But man, we've got it. We've got to get this slow speed up more often. Recharge speed penalty. Come on. Anytime now. Oh, people are already dead. People are already dying. That's crap. Okay. Who's going to be... Oh, he's supposed to be tanking though, right? 18, 15. He's a little tankier. We've got DPS, DPS. Ah, if we change this guy out though, this is the guy that's doing our Witch's Remains. If we change him out with somebody else, we want somebody that's going to hit multiple times, kind of like Eli would hit. Or we're going to have to make Eli do Witch's Remains instead. Because Witch's Remains on Latalis is not going to work. What set do we have here? We had let's go with a DPS set. Okay, we definitely need accuracy.
Embrace your doom.
300. That'd be 300 total. That's plenty. And Eli, we're going to have to make him have Witch's Remains now. Which is going to cut down on our damage. Let's get him with the same set I guess we had on Stagamuffin. It's got a defense set on before? Wait, what? What? That critical damage is pretty nice. Hold on. Let's reevaluate what we've got here. Crit rate set? Anybody with crit rate? Crit rate attack? Crit rate critical damage and attack. I don't know. That's a lot of attack here. Attack, HP defense. All right. So we've got all the same set here. And we're looking at crit rate attack. Accuracy.
If you're smart, don't compare me to any ordinary citizen.
All right, so we don't need to worry about accuracy debuffs or substats like this. $17. Look at that. And that's got accuracy too? Wow. It's a crazy one. Critical damage of 3 hits. Okay, we'll keep that. So here we can have crit rate of anything. Crit rate with critical damage. 8. Attack though. 90%. Okay, good enough. 240 plus 50. We should be okay with Witch's Remains.
I see murder.
We're going to go with a Letalis lead. Oh, no. We don't have... Letalis is only in dungeons. We're going to go with this lead. Attack from Eli.
As trees so wither, seeds yet wait to burst forth.
Okay, is everybody geared? Who am I fighting right now? Lucinia? Is that how we spell her name? That's right. Okay, everybody's got gear. Eli's going to fire off at 12.5. 13. I guess that's about it. All right, I just got a manual Ogok, and as long as Letalis will knock back her ultimate gauge by 20% every 10 seconds, can we stay with her then? What? What happened?
I detest them all.
66% plus 20. Did we take her critical damage glove? No way. Critical damage with crit rate. Letalis? I didn't know Letalis had a... Yeah, we did put a critical damage on. All right. That's good enough. Good enough for me. Save. Okay, how's it going to play out? I just want to... And I 2 orc hunters? Dark... I know. Oh. Yeah, but you're going to need them. You're going to need them, believe me. Plus, with those extras, you get mythics, my man. Mythics. Which are extremely hard to level up. So, I don't know. I would kind of just stick with legendaries for now. To get the mythics. The mythics are pretty sweet. Okay, can I stay alive? All right, Letalis, you got to start knocking back, buddy. You got to knock back soon. Okay, we're staying. We're staying with the boss. I think Letalis can do this as long as he doesn't get resisted. Yep, it's working. Barely. Like right on time.
You are my prey.
All you need is Ogok or Zephy. Either one will do this easily. Either one of the two. You just got to make sure you time it right here. Good to go. Actually, I might have to start doing that earlier because I am noticing, well, it'll stop us from dying. So I guess we could do it right when she casts her ability. It's 5 seconds, so we'll be covered.
My prey.
I don't know. He takes a while to like bring the. He takes a while with his animations to bring the totem up and to actually stop us from dying.
You are my prey.
And she's already beating us up by then. You can see the tornado like slapping us around. I feel like I need to do it earlier. Before her. See, look. See, we're dying so much, and now we get the. Yeah, I got to do that way earlier. We only get the unkillable 2 seconds after we're already being bombarded, and we could die. But if I do it earlier, will it last the whole entire time? Yeah, it'll last. It'll last because it's not taking effect until I just need to cast it. Come on. Oh, God. Let's go, buddy. Okay, he's got his animation in first. Then she's coming in. Barely. All right, Latalis, I need you. Knock it back.
You are my prey of today.
Nope, cast it too late. Cast it too late. See? This dude takes forever to get his totem up. Now, normally what happens in most game modes that we play, when you cast an ultimate, it freezes the screen. We don't have to worry about somebody else cutting in. Like 99% of the game modes. But for these chief challenges, they kind of just do what they want to do. Like you have your ultimate animation going, but she's not stopping. Like she does not stop, and that's kind of not how it works. It's not really how it works for this game. So I've got to be really quick with when I hit that. I've got a small window, like a really small window to get this right. And if I get it wrong, I'm dead. And if I do it too early, I don't know if we're taking too much damage. Like if I wait, knock back. It's up. Damage, okay. Like that's perfect timing, but I don't know how to do it right. Because she'll cut in, you know? If I do it just as a millisecond too late, she'll cut in and start doing her ability. While my guy's trying to do his like, oh crap, too early. Latalis knocked back the ultimate gauge. No, that'll work.
You are my prey of the day.
I need to do it as soon as it's ready. Sometimes, but if we do it, it's only 5 seconds. So if we do it too early, then we're not good. Because she's hitting us for a good few secs. Like right now, it's too late. Look at that. That's so crazy that she just cuts in. Cheater. Stop cheating.
You are my prey.
Okay, we got it that time. We're good there. Oh, you know what's weird? I did have a new advertisement today when I started watching one of my YouTube videos. It was for, and I sent a text to my buddy and he just wrote me back. It's for, no, way too early, my friend. Way too early, Ogok. We got healed at the end of it for 32. I guess that's fine. We do it early. It was for World of Warcraft Ascension though. And World of Warcraft's Ascension is not like classic WoW or Season of Discovery or Dragonflight expansion. It's a totally, from what it was advertised, it's like a total separate server. I don't even think it's run by Blizzard, so I don't know how they're able to operate. Have you guys seen that advertisement? For a brand new World of Warcraft where you get all the abilities randomly to you and do all this kind of weird stuff. It's called World of Warcraft Ascension. But I'm 100% sure it's not run by Blizzard and it's not on their servers, which is really strange. Shit, man. Almost died again. I don't know how anybody would be able to get away with doing that. And then advertising on YouTube. Yeah, you can use everything for any class, but it's RNG. It's like a gotcha to get those abilities. Oh man, we're too slow. Yeah, it's a gotcha system to get the abilities. I've seen it, but never played it. Yeah, but I'm thinking it's the way it's advertised. It's not even Blizzard. I'll have to pull up the webpage and look at it.
You are my prey of the day.
Come on, that's not my man. Come on. We're at 19 million. Well, we know we can get 22 million. We just got to time it properly, you know?
You are my prey of
We just got to time it right. That's all. So close to 22 million. There's a nice free-to-play team for the boss with Furbath, Hexandra, Eli. If you build has a buff bus. Easy. What's that? Buff bus. Oh, we get 22 million really easy with this, especially if you have Ogok or Zephy for the team. But I'm just going to save this. You just need 22 million more damage. Right, you just need 22 million. That is true. That is true, but we didn't even get that. We're fine. You don't even need 22 million, to be honest. I think that's all the bosses. That was all the bosses. Now we just got to go over here and do one of these. Fire. I'm pretty sure I've done stage 5 of everything. Yeah. With this team. Let's see what happens. So that where you can use it as skills. Yes. Yes, blood sample. Please. Please. Right? Because we have recharge speed penalty. We have knockbacks. If they simply, and we've talked about this since beta. Yeah, blood sample. I'm with you. Why they can't put that in or haven't put it in yet, I don't know. But I'm sure they're going to work on something like that. These guys are pretty good with quality of life improvements. Like, really good. They do surprise me with the stuff they keep coming out with quality of life things. So I would not be surprised in the future if we didn't see to where we could tell our skill to always fire off at 90% of the boss's turn meter or 5% of the boss's turn meter or whatever percent we want to put it at. That way we don't have to micromanage anything. Say we go in and fight Grave of Curse and we want to stop him from getting buffs or make sure we do something before he gets its ultimate up. Yeah. And we're knocking back. We're using something like a Dree to knock back the ultimate gauge and the slow speed. Exactly. I think that that is a cool system. We shouldn't take away from the system we have right now with timing. We should just add on to it, right? We're not saying remove the current system. We're just saying add on to it. You can't time. Yeah, you can't. It'll fall out of whack. It will. Over time, it will definitely fall out of whack. That's why doing it at a percentage of the boss's ultimate would make sure it's always the same every time. I agree. Has everybody been using their Ardrith and Garius? Or just Ardrith in general? Anybody been using their Ardrith? I really like her. She's going to be, I mean, this is going to be like my team for next season. No matter what the team affinity goes to, it's still going to be Ardrith and Garius along with Poison then, I guess. Or Fire, right? It doesn't matter. It could be Rose, Ardrith, Garius. It can be Sagamir, Ardrith, Garius. It can be just Garius and Ardrith. But you still can play them every single season no matter who they go to. Because if it goes to Fire, we're going to do Total Nan and Erich or whoever you have. If it goes to Lightning, we can do a Dauntless team. So it doesn't really, since they're the same affinity, it's like every season it's going to be easy times. It was already easy times this season, but it really, really consecutive seasons that we have, it's going to be so incredibly easy. It's going to be really hard to do content around that. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Oh, we're almost there. I need 95,000. I want this solvent. I could go do a commission. I don't really need to, though. Our alliance already has everything they need. Our alliance has all the buffs. And do we get additional... Oh, we do got to do those preparations. Man, ongoing preparation. And 200 times for... We've done that already. So those are all complete. What is Chaos Shadow battles? Those are the normal battles we're doing right now against each of the chief challenges. That'll be completed tomorrow for our alliance. But this one is really slow. Preparation battles. I don't really feel like running around. Let me just let's do a few of these. She's good with any healer. I believe she is too. I think she's great with even Quarion, the rare healer, because they're both very fast with their ultimates. So he can stay in tune with her really easily without any kind of special gear. His healing will be 50% better. You could even put the staff on Quarion if you wanted to, and he's going to overheal sometimes just the same. It's not going to be anywhere near as big as Garius, but yeah. Plus you'll get increased defense. Those two together would keep your team alive. I'm all for it. But of course, if you have the staff on Garius, it's completely different, right? We're talking mega shields. We need new support heroes for Necro and Fire. We do. Yeah, we need new support heroes for Necro for sure. Fire, if you don't have Adolphus, it hurts. All the classes need to be, or the elements need to be balanced out a bit, yeah. What's going on for Alton? Did I miss some stuff? Was wondering if splitting was feasible. Does she work well with anyone else? Yeah, she'll work with any heals. Any great heals you have, she'll work well with. She gives your whole entire team that increased defense over time. She'll 30% increased defense plus that 100 resistance, which I think is insane. So then you can just get a little resistance on your heroes to go through things like Faye to stop Elsabri from knocking back your ultimate gauge. It gets much easier because there are a lot of things right now that we can put on our heroes to get really high resistance. There's so many sets that can give us resistance this season. We've got artifacts now that can give us cool resistance. And we've got a hero on our own that can give us 100 resistance. As long as you can stay alive for a while. So that's pretty wild, because the only thing that really messes me up in Faye, outside of crazy single target damage that just like nukes your guy down, and we got to get decreased attack up, is stupid stuff. Like being charmed, your whole team being charmed and running around silly, or your ultimate gauge being knocked back, or a heal block being placed on your tank and you can't get heals there. Any support healers other than Legos? Just Frost? No. Felosia is the only one they have, right? Frost needs some, yeah, Frost needs some good support. It's just Radiant. Radiant has like 1 million support. And it's cool that each of the elements kind of have like their thing, right? It's fine. And over time, I'm sure, you know, over time we'll have more. It just takes a little time with the seasons. Yeah. And a lot of elements need decreased attack. That's why Rose was so cool for Radiant, because we got a decrease, like a legitimate decrease attacker that could do more. A good one, you know. Even though Sagamir's been amazing. If you have Sagamir, I don't know. Sagamir's just been awesome. I have no problem with Sagamir. He's got multi-hits, so you can put on Witch's Remains or what's the other one called? The Crown, to get up decreased defense. He does decreased accuracy too, which is really sweet. And him flipping that carrot is awesome. I think Sagamir is pretty top tier. Defense from Ultimate and Ardris the up stack from Ultimate. You're talking about 60% defense, right? She does a defense buff. Yeah, that defense buff will stack. All that defense will keep adding and adding and adding. Her 30% defense that she gives your team plus increased defense too, which is 60 or 50. I think it's 60. 60% increased defense. Yeah, it all adds up. Plus the defense lead of 30%. Damage? Yeah, we're not trying to get huge damage from somebody that's going to do decreased attack necessarily. Plus we're going a lot of accuracy and survivability. And I don't think his damage would be that bad if we went high HP, to be honest. I've never tried it before. I've never tried to go like high HP with crit rate critical damage to see if we could get some damage out of him, because I just want the debuffs. Him running around taunting, him throwing that carrot. That's it. He's pretty annoying. And then he's working out like extremely well against the Vortex boss. And he'll do the same for any other boss if you need that. He's pretty massive. I don't think Rose's damage is good either. Even if you try to make it good, I don't think her damage is good either. But they're not there just, you know, they're not there to get that massive damage in or to get like real damage in. Is there no autoplay for this? I guess we'll help the Alliance out and go over here and do one of these. No, let's go to Faye. Let's see where we're at with Faye right now. Oh, but this is getting me some points. All I need is 95,000. Okay, let's do this. If I get all these today, will they be there tomorrow even if I don't complete them? Well, now I've got some quests to do. Let's see what happens. Come on, complete it. Don't make me go do more steps. +5. Damn, so close. I had +5 to my roll. All right, +5 for my intelligence again. Come on. Come on, give me some better rolls. Dice. All right, that was 1. Oh, so close. All right, where are these other quests at? Yeah, she is low damage. Yeah, definitely. But she's there to remove debuffs, decrease attack, and she doesn't need accuracy necessarily for her to do that, which is really cool. And they've made her better. Plus the recharge speed penalty. Like having somebody with decreased attack and recharge speed penalty is massive. I don't know what this team is, but I'm just going to load and play. On all the bosses, right? It's massive to slow them down. But then that goes back around to you saying that we need a way to do our abilities at a percentage base of when the bosses do their turn, right? Instead of a timing to where it falls out of whack. But I do love any hero that can do recharge speed penalty and decrease attack. I think is absolutely top tier for progression for boss battles. Which again made more sense in season 1 when we were coming up. Season 2 kind of just seems like a... How are you guys as free to play? Like anybody free to play in season 2 having trouble or felt like you really had to struggle doing any kind of gear dungeons? Did it feel that way? I mean, I had Varesh and Garius. Once you have Varesh and Garius, especially Varesh with the staff and Garius together, going through every single dungeon was a joke. But not everybody has those guys. 2 days later? Yeah, I'd wait then. Don't do that. Oh, is she on a banner? You want to try to get her from a banner. Yeah, I think going after Elminster will be easier. And he might be worth it. We'll find out. I'm hoping he's worth it. I have a feeling they're going to make it worth it. Now, I use this essence to... No, leave. I use this sight thing to follow it, the sense, to follow it yesterday. If I don't use that sense, I'm pretty sure we can just run up to it, right? Yeah, we're good. Now we go back to her? Yep. How many days till... 12 days to start fighting this guy. I think we'll have it done before 12 days. Maybe. Depends on how many people are participating and really pushing out some points here. If they're slacking like me, then maybe it'll take 12 days. You what? You hope he's crap like Drist? Why? Why do you want that? No way. I hope he's good. I hope he's good, and then it's gonna... Well, I hope he's decent. If he's really good, I'm gonna want to get multiple copies of him, and that means I'm gonna have to spend money. And I don't really want to do that. And I probably won't do that, to be honest. Even if he's You know, well, let's say this. If he is OP, then maybe we don't have to get additional copies of him. If he's OP and we do get additional copies, sure, that's going to make him even stronger. We get that. But if he's already overpowered, then we don't need additional copies, so we can just relax and not have to summon some more. That'd be nice. Were those all the quests? Eight days, 20 hours. Can't wait. Can't wait. That's the only epic you're missing right now? Oh, you just use your dice? You don't want to be... Don't use your dice, man. Hold off. Blessed Summons trying to determine if it's worth it for me. I would summon 5 for the Legendary Scroll. I wouldn't summon 5 for the Legendary. I would summon 6 if you wanted an epic that you don't have in there, for sure. I don't know if you need the Legendary Scroll that bad. I would save my dice for this banner right here, because you just don't know how many you're going to want to summon. If he is really massively overpowered, you might want some of those dice, because you could get lucky and like get a whole copy of him, and then maybe you have enough dice to get another copy of him, and it's going to be worth it. We just don't know what his inspiration is yet either. We don't know what it's going to add to him. If it's going to be the standard, just additional crit rate, critical damage, attack, we don't know. It could be something really powerful like Elsabri, if I'm saying her name right, is pretty interesting if you have an additional copy of her. So he could be something like that, right? Yeah, with her, every 15 seconds, she'll keep trying to do this blind, which is crazy. Every 15 seconds, she'll just do this board-wide blind. You don't have to do anything with her. She just does it if you have one copy of her. So who knows? Who knows if he's going to be that strong? Like crazy, like super strong, and then on top of that, really unique when it comes to his inspiration. If that's the case, people are going to wail out and really push to make him stronger. But then you got to think about, is it worth it? Do you need it for anything? I didn't need Elminster this season. I'm not going to need him next season. So it's just, you know, do you have the means to do it, and do you really want to do it? But I'm definitely getting a copy of him for sure, without a doubt. I want a copy. So I've been saving up. Yeah, we got 68. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him and test him out, and I'm gonna use him in some teams. We're gonna have him for the event, and it's gonna be fun. Like Arcane, and he works with all teams. They could do that. I think it'd be even cooler. I think it'd be cooler if he just had 2 elements that he could change between. Then he'd be limited to those 2 elements. If you make it to where he's good with any element or works with any, like he's say they make a new arcane one, like in the middle of all the different elements, and he does pair with any to make a 5-man team. I guess that'd be cool too. That'd be pretty powerful. Where am I trying to go? I was trying to go to a fight. That would be extremely strong. So I don't know if they'd go that route. If you could switch between 2 different elements, then he's kind of limited. If you had something in the middle here or even off to the side, and you said that could be placed on any team to complete a 5-team bonus. Say you have Poison Lightning is your other 4. That's pretty nice. They wouldn't even buff him properly. They buffed Guinevere. I'm glad they buffed Guinevere because she is very tanky and won't die easily. But buffing melee is like an overall thing for the game. It's not just a Driss thing. It's an overall buffing melee issue. That's why this guy right here could be top tier, but I don't think he is. I think he's garbage. He could be top tier if he was ranged and just blew up the board or blew up the diamond-shaped ability whenever he did burn. But since he's melee, he dies. Even melee with a shield too, and he dies. It's just not even worth playing. Burn just is not worth playing with these guys. It's worth playing if you have the exclusive, but other than that, it's just not worth it. It sucks, honestly. But it's all because he's melee. If he was ranged, man, it would be so much fun. Everybody would be out there going, okay, I'm putting up burns and I'm doing a lot of damage. But he's melee. And they try to make him stronger by giving him shields. They did. They tried to do it like Usha, right? And make him a little stronger with shields. Not enough. Not enough on well, now it is. I mean, you can get your 22 million right now with all the buffs on Urzilis if you want to make a team like that. You definitely can. But when you didn't have all those buffs before doing the chief challenges, he would die before you got there. But now you can do it. Shields, damage reduction, defense up. No, he's not that kind of wizard. Have him be support. Yeah, he's not that kind of wizard, so I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to make him support. I'm all for support too, though. I do love support heroes. I absolutely love support heroes more than damage dealers because we have a lot of different damage dealers. I do. I love support. But I don't think they're going to make him support. Yeah, they did. They made Guinevere outlast Drist most of the times. She's crazy strong, which is pretty cool to have a summon that actually really lasts. And it's still weird, though, that they didn't make it to where he could resummon her on the ultimate. Because if she did die, you would still want to resummon it. Your Panther. So I don't know why the ultimate can't resummon. But that's a lot of the summons. Like, why doesn't... Well, that's not a lot of the summons. There's a few of them. There's a few of them out there that should be resummoning when they do their ultimate. There's one epic one for sure. They could go on any team midnight. Yeah, it'd be fun. That'd be pretty wild. It would definitely be unique if it could go on any team. He can't bring her back for several days if it's... Yeah. Well, right. He has to go back in the Jade Onyx, whatever that realm or dimension is or something like that. But still, if it brought her back on her ultimate, that would be bringing her back. I mean, there's no days in the game per se, but doing an ultimate cooldown to bring her back would be waiting the time to bring her back. Codes. I don't know. Are those codes still valid? Oh, you guys said that there was a code. There was an exclusive code for the lovers. Yeah. Well, it was Ivy Odd. What does that give you? Is that correct? Do I need to add that, or will that code be gone in like 12 hours? Like most codes. Or is that code gone already? Let me look over here in our code section. Redeem code. New limited time, 50k users only. 2 Starlight Dice, 15 Worm Arrows, 30, and this was posted. Oh, this was posted last night at 10:30 p.m. So this is over like 14 hours. It's probably gone by now, right? Let me try it. Hey, it's working. Yeah, everybody quick. Everybody quick, go. Get your yeah, limited to 5,000, but you got to remember there's not that many active people playing the game, guys. They've dropped off. Look, I'm not trying to bash the game. I'm just telling you facts. Each season it's like this. It's lower, and that's why everybody, you know, if you're free to play, you're doing well on your server because there's just no competition. So keep pushing, keep doing well. But here, if you want your 2 Starlight Dice, 30,000 gold, and 15 Worm Arrow, try it. Try it. Everybody get in there and try that code. It worked. But what am I going to do with... Where's my... Hey, nice. How many dice do I have over here? Purple dice. 68 purple dice? What am I missing? Nathaniel, right? Nathaniel and Irma. Those are the only 2 I'm missing. Come on, Nathaniel. And I didn't see Nathaniel. Nathaniel's not on that 6 summons blessing. I wish. Here we go. Nathaniel. Girthin, that was cool. Is that... No, it's a rare. I was like, is that a weird looking Adolphus? But no. Where are my epics? Come on, epics. What rares and uncommons? Commons. Hey, there you go. Cool. Oh, what did it say I could buy it from here? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, how many do we have now? 16? Come on. Let's go. Give me the 2 I'm missing. That's all I want. Just 2 out of so many. But that's why we need that 99-cent selector box, and we really need the summons the way they are here for the end of the season, because now that they're adding more heroes, even seasons to go, it's going to be much harder for me to get the epic I'm missing. So if it's in one of these here, then I'm all for it. I think it is amazing. So right now we could get Adolphus, Vakuk, Shaltar, and I guess Catherine, but there's so much healing in Radiant that I don't even know anybody who uses Catherine that much. Block debuffs, we could use her. Sure, we could use her for... That's it, right? Block debuffs. Overhealing, I don't know how often that overhealing is going to be taking effect. But Adolphus is here. Shaltar, Vakuk are here. That's a pretty good one. For 6 summons, I mean, that's nice. Adolphus for 6 summons? I'd be on it. Oh, let's go spin. Resistance or... Okay, we'll go there. All right. What else do we have? Is that it? All right, what are you guys working on? Catherine, to get her in your scroll? Yeah, if you're missing her, why not? For 6 summons, it depends. I mean, it obviously depends on how many worm arrows you save up all the time, but for 6 dice to get a selected epic that you're missing, I think it's worth it for anyone. If you can save up a few and just fill out your roster, I think it's worth it. There is a new code. Right here, blood sample. Did you try it? Ivy Odd. Right there. All capital letters. Go try that out. It's only supposed to be for the first 5,000, but I think it's going to last a while. Because it's lasted 13 euros. It's lasted 13 hours. And again, I'm not bashing on the game. There just aren't that many players playing it. They keep sticking around. But we're going to get a whole new influx of players once the Dungeons and Dragons event starts. And then we'll get a new influx of players once they start pushing Season 3 advertisements after the D&D advertisements. It may last till end. I wouldn't go that far, okay? I think it might be, once enough people know about it, maybe it'll be gone by the end of the day, you know? Because I don't know if it was advertised. Code share in their, like, I'm trying to look in their official Discord to see if it's somewhere. I don't know if they post codes in their official Discord. In my Discord on my server, we have a code section. So feel free to, anytime you get a code, come over here in that code section, because Pedro did that. Pedralio posted it at 10:30 last night about the new code, which is awesome. Like, if anybody finds a new code, you come post it here. Everybody can see it right away on my server. I love that. Thank you so much. Makes it easy, right? You don't have to worry about watching a YouTube video or anything else. You just come over here. Oh, there's a new code. Use it. Done. Oh, I don't have any more. Have we been... here's another thing. Have we been getting any new events? And this is what we talked about before the end of the season started. Before Otherworld started, we talked about how the game stops doing events. Right? And I don't like that. I don't understand why. The game gives you events for the first month, the second month, and then the third month, you just don't see any events anymore. And I really don't understand why. Because even if the Elminster event comes out, you're still running dungeons, you're still running goblins, you're still doing all this kind of stuff. I just don't know why they go away. And now since those events have gone away at the end of the season, we're not having any more of these compass things to do like the multiplicative runs, which really sucks. Right? Did you get your 10 summons? Yeah, I did a video on all that, man. What are you talking about? Are you not following my second YouTube channel? What are you talking about? I did a video on that how many days ago? I just don't post any of that stuff on my main YouTube channel where I have Dragonheir. Only very rarely do I, I'll post a video saying, hey, come join me on my second YouTube channel. Here's this new game. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. And then come join me over there. But on my second YouTube channel, we got a video for that. New code, 10 free summons 3 days ago. Display capture. Look at my second channel. My second channel's even got a cool banner. God's Raid, StewGaming. It only took me a second to put up because I just put that little SG and changed the colors around. So I thought that was a cool enough color that popped, and I put it up there. But we've got 3 days ago, new code, 10 free summons. This is the Valentine's Day one, and then if you look in the bottom of my all for you is the older redeem code I have there. But now I'm like in my newer videos, like this one. It's got both the redeem codes here at the bottom. And this video is on how to get like 20 million damage on the clan boss that I put out 17 hours ago. Oh, Mira, can we wait till tomorrow to do that? Yeah, 17 hours ago I put out a video how to do massive damage on the clan boss, which is pretty it's pretty sweet because the clan boss is actually really hard. Really hard. Can we wait till tomorrow to do marbles? But if you're not playing Dragonheir Silent Gods, look down below, hit that banner. Come and join us. You can play on Steam. You can play on your mobile device. Jump back and forth between the two. Come to my Discord, which is down below as well. Follow me on my YouTube, which we do sometimes put up daily videos of Dragonheir. Lately, I've been putting up daily videos of this stream that you've been in. But I will start doing more videos as soon as this event comes out. As soon as we get access to Elminster and I can see Elminster's abilities and we can run him through some dungeons. As soon as the Elminster event starts and we get a new boss to fight and we have all those teams to make for that, I'll be doing tons of that on my YouTube. Probably maybe 2 to 3 videos a day if there's enough stuff to talk about, which there will be initially. There'll be plenty of things to talk about with the new events going on, like running around with him, his skills, his abilities, team comps, whatever boss we're going to be fighting with all the teams we need to build for that. So I'll probably be making quite a bit during that time. But right now there's just kind of a slow time while we're waiting for the new event to start. So I've just been putting up my streams and calling it a day. And then of course on my second YouTube channel, having some fun over there as well, doing that. Yeah. But we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do marbles tomorrow early. Like I'll get on stream. We'll wait 30 minutes to get a couple people in here. And then we'll do marbles immediately to knock out those codes. Yeah, to get those codes. So if you're watching this right now, if you're watching this on YouTube too, join us over on Twitch, streaming almost every single day, at least every other day. We'll be there and we will do that giveaway. No, I never played it. I thought that game was already out. I thought that game was out a long time ago. Next week. I could swear that game was out a while ago. That's the one with all the girls, right? Yeah, somebody's been posting in my Discord and main chat too that game gives you a lot of summons. It's very similar to games that we're playing. It's all about the waifus, and I'm sure it's got kind of like a anime look to it, maybe, or futuristic, maybe like a futuristic Genshin look to it. I know if he's worth it or not. Well, the day it comes out, we'll be on stream testing him out right away. So if you're here with me, and you usually are, as soon as that event goes live, which is 9 a.m. my time, we'll be here on stream. We're going to summon to get him, and we'll have him within 5 minutes. And immediately we'll take him up to level 100, max out his skill since I have legendary scrolls, and we'll be able to see what he's all about. That will only take 10 minutes for us to do. And in 10 minutes, we're going to be like, well, he's either good or not good. 10 minutes, we're going to be theory crafting. What kind of teams can we put him with to have some good times, you know? We'll do that right away. Yeah, that day we'll do that because it's good that I do that in my morning, and then I can think about videos to get ready for that night. and then I post my videos that night. So 8 a.m. your time is when it resets. All right, nice. Yeah. So I'll be here. We'll do that. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate that. I will see you guys tomorrow. Early access for ages, but it releases next week. Okay, yeah, hit me up over here on like our general games chat over here. Let me know. Let me know if there's a good video. Like hit me with a link on a good video of the game so I can check it out. Or I'll go look on YouTube right now to see if there's anything awesome related to that. But I'm not really big on, I mean, I like waifu games. It looks like Nikkei, right? That kind of stuff. I mean, it's okay. I'm more about gameplay than anything else. So if the gameplay is there, all right. But we'll see. I'm kind of busy in other games at this moment. Yeah, we'll see. Let me know. We'll talk about it on Discord. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.